joint venture. What is your view about this topic? E.g., tough, don't know, mystery, tough. People have already written once. First up, don't know anything about it. Jackie, first time you are hearing. No idea. Definition. Quite easy. Hard. Don't know. Okay. So whatever it is, I told you that I'll treat you everyone as zero in the classroom and then start from scratch. So our control or delete, as I told you. So we'll continue. I will assume that you don't know anything and then we'll start the topic, okay? As our story goes, we'll tell you a story before the topic. I'll change my story in 9 years' time, okay? I've never changed the story, but today I think I have a better example which I can give for changing, okay? So, from which angle does it appear like a carom board to you? I'm not a very good artist, but still I'm trying. Okay, so these are lakes all over Telangana. These are freshwater lakes all over Telangana. And KCR wants to build a water grid. So he wants to interconnect all the lakes so that water can be better managed. And he wants, with the help of this water grid, he wants to provide drinking water facilities to each and every household in Telangana. Is it clear? Did you get my point? And the government is ready to spend 2,000 crore for the construction of the grid. So we are going, I don't know what the grid is actually, because I'm making up a story for you. So these are lakes, they are going to dig big canals. But lakes are not going to be so near. Maybe the gap between two lakes will be 100 kilometers, 60 kilometers, 200 kilometers, 150 kilometers. So they are spread over the entire state. So they are going to dig canals and connect all these lakes so that if there is any excess water in any lake, it can be sent to some other place. And through this they can manage the water better and they can provide drinking water facility to each and every individual. The government expects that for this project they would have to spend about 2,000 crores for completion of the project. Is it clear? Now, KCR has taken it up as we can say challenge and a project of, we can say, state importance of the state. Now it is like Basti ka sawal for him now. Now he wants to get this grid constructed. So you have to build a lot of canals, digging work, lot of work is involved. Engineering work is also involved. So the government cannot build it on its own because government does not have the engineering capability or the manpower to get this done, or they don't have technical expertise also to get this done. So what they want is, they want private enterprises to come forward and do this for them. Okay? Are you able to understand?
Yes, sir.
So they open a tender. The government has floated a tender for construction of the water grid. So what the government will do is, government will give a rough design, specifications, etc. to the public. Whoever is interested to construct this grid, they have to give a quotation to the government. Okay? And whoever quotation is the lowest, government will accept it and they will get the contract. So if you complete the contract, you will get that amount. Is it clear? So now, L&T and Tata, both of them together submit a bid to the government. Who are the companies? L&T and Tata, both of them together submit a bid to the government. We call it as Tata L&T joint venture. Together, they have submitted a bid to the government. They are saying, we will complete this project for 2000 crores. Okay? So whatever government estimated, they are ready to do it for that, at that estimation level, they are ready to do that. Other companies also submitted. Some companies asked 2,500 crores for completion, some companies asked 3,000 crores, some companies asked 4,000, 5,000 crores for completion of the grid. But government says was Tata and L&T, very old companies, big companies, if they have submitted a tender and the tender is the lowest amount and is also equal to what we wanted to spend, Congress granted the tender to Tata and L&T. So it was a joint bid. It's not individual bid by Tata, not an individual bid by L&T. Both of them together have submitted a tender to the government and government has accepted it. Okay. Now before we go forward, what is Tata Group about? You know Tata Group, Tata Sons Limited. Tata Group is a very big company having, we can say, world's 7th largest steel producer. World's 7th largest steel producer, not a small thing. Country like India, a company from India is world's 7th largest steel producer. It has very big, we can say, vehicle manufacturing company, Telco, Tata Engineering and Locomotives, Tata Motors, car manufacturing company. They don't have a bike manufacturing company. They have car and they have the heavy vehicles manufacturing company. They also manufacture defense equipment. Then you have TCS, Tata Consultancy Services, a software company. Then you have Tata Indicom, a communication services company. Then you have Tata Docomo, and you have, we can say, Tata Sky, which provides satellite television services. They have Tata Finance. So Tata Projects is a company which is involved in power infrastructure. See, I think now you know, the government of Telangana wants transmission line from Chhattisgarh to Telangana. That means power is available in Chhattisgarh, but you have to bring that power from that place to Telangana. It is possible only if you have to put a line, transmission line. You have to put those huge towers. Then you have to pull wires from Chhattisgarh to here. It's about 200 kilometers. Not a very small project. Such projects, Tata Projects will do. Tata Projects will do, L&T will do. So for such projects, actually Tata and L&T are competitors. They will compete actually. Tata will compete, L&T will compete for such projects. L&T has an infrastructure company. Okay. So there are certain areas, not only that, L&T has engineering company, they have a cement company, they have a construction company, they have a software company, L&T Infotech, they have a finance company. Tata also has a finance company. Tata Capital you have. You have L&T Finance also. So there are many areas actually where these two companies are actually competitors. But still, they have come together for this particular project, the grid. Why? Because L&T is a company which has good engineering capabilities. They know how to get things done because they have handled such projects or projects of such huge size earlier. They have experience. They have people. They have cement. Okay. They had actually L&T used to have one cement company also, the L&T Cement Company, which was later on sold to Ultratech, the Birla Group. Okay. So let us assume L&T has a cement company. It's our story. Let us assume L&T has a cement company. They have engineers, they have cement, they have money, they have experience of completing such projects. Tata, world's 7th largest steel manufacturer. Huge amount of steel will be required for this project. They have a lot of capital. Okay, they also have considered such projects earlier. That is why they feel that if we both come together, I have the cheapest steel. See, Tata is one of the cheapest steel producer in the world. Cheapest means not worst quality steel. Good quality steel, but at the lowest cost. Their cost of production is very less when compared to other companies. So they can supply. They have steel which is available at low cost. This company has engineers, cement which can be used at low cost. So they feel if they both come together, they can enjoy economies of scale. Okay, and they can complete this project and make profits. Okay, and they also know it's a project which is going to help a lot of people. Hence, for that also they want to complete this project. Are you able to understand?
Yes, sir.
You understand? But actually they are competitors. After this project is over, again they are going to compete among themselves. But for this project they are joining hands and they want to do the project together as a joint venture entity. Okay. Now what will be the relationship of Tata and L&T? They have together submitted a bid, no? Joint bid we said. So what is the relationship? They are not partners. Tata and L&T are not partners. It is not partnership. So Tata and L&T, once they get this tender, they sit and they decide on the terms and conditions. So terms and conditions decided are, this is not partnership. You and me are not partners. This is joint venture. You are co-venturer, I am co-venturer. What are you? Co-venturer. What am I? Co-venturer. What is this business? Joint venture. Is this partnership? No. Are we partners? No. Will we be governed by the Partnership Act? No. The Indian Contract Act is going to take care of the relationship between the co-venturers, not the Partnership Act. Are you able to understand? The Partnership Act is not going to apply. For the joint venture, they can have a name, Tata L&T joint venture. Or you can say Telangana Water Grid Corporation, a joint venture between Tata and L&T. They can, if they want, they can put a name for this entity and they can do the business. Okay. But what is the relationship? Are they partners? No. Is this partnership? No. Are they going to be bound by Partnership Act? No. What are they? Co-venturers. What is this business called as? Joint venture. And they clearly agree on certain points. The agreements are Tata and L&T should bring capital. Without money, business will not happen, no boss. So Tata says, I will bring 300 crores, L&T you bring 300 crores. We will open a separate bank account. We will open what? We will open a separate bank account. I will deposit 300 crores in the bank, you deposit 200 crores in the bank. All payment for the project will take place out of that bank account. From the joint bank account. This bank account will be jointly controlled by you and me. If you are spending something, it will be spent from bank. If I am spending anything for the project, it will be spent from bank. So that there will be complete recording of whatever expenses are taking place for the joint venture transactions. If there is any receipt, it will come to the joint bank. Okay? And they decide that once the project is over, we will take the money from the government. I will take my share, you take your share, and we will forget each other. This is what they are deciding before they start the project. What they have decided? Once they complete the project, they will take the money from the government. And once they take the money from the government, you take whatever is due to you, I will take whatever is due to me. Now first of all tell me, if the project is completed, I want to close books of accounts. What would I like back from the project, from the joint venture? Whatever capital I invested, I want that money back. And my profit. If I get both back, I am not concerned with what happens to the other person or what happens to the remaining amount. I should get my capital back, I should get my profit back. With that I will be happy. So they have decided that this is only a short-term relationship. Relationship which has been entered only for completing this one particular project called as the water grid. It is a particular venture. This activity is called as a venture. And this activity is carried on jointly. That is why it is called as joint venture. Venture means activity. So this relationship is formed for completion of one particular activity, which is called as a venture. Because we are undertaking that activity together, we call it as joint venture. Because we both are doing this venture together, we both are called as co-venturers. Is it clear? But both of them are going to invest capital. The money will be invested in which? Joint bank account. Payments will take place out of the joint bank account. Are you able to understand? Now they also decide, Tata and L&T, that we will appoint the students of V Academy as the accountants. Big project was, they require a battery, not battery, a team of accountants. Okay? We are all now accountants now, I told you, remember? Till the time our CPT course is over, we are going to assume ourselves as what? We are not chartered accountants yet. The day you finish final, then you say I am a chartered accountant. Or in the class, final class, I will say you think about yourself as a chartered accountant. How will you deal with such a situation? But now I am just asking you to think like a accountant. Okay? So they have decided that we will appoint the, you can say the students of V Academy as the accountants. We will tell them to maintain separate books of accounts. What? So they will give you separate books of accounts. Your responsibility is to maintain accounts for this particular business transaction called as the joint venture. Is it clear? That will be your responsibility. And they have agreed to give you some remuneration also. About 10 crores they want to pay to the accountants if accounts are maintained properly. Okay? And they feel that this project will be over within a period of 1 year. Within a period of how many years? 1 year. And they also, okay, even if it takes more than 1 year, they have decided that we'll prepare our final accounts only at the end of the project. Every year we are not going to prepare the profit and loss account, the balance sheet, and then take it forward, etc. Most probably this project will be over in 1 year. Maybe it will take some more time. So maximum possible 2 years we should finish this project. So they have decided we are not going to prepare yearly accounts. We are going to keep maintaining the accounts and we are going to finalize the account at the end of the project. There is going to be no balance sheet. Are you able to understand? So this is what they have agreed upon. Okay. Now, write down the transactions which have taken place for the business. These were the transactions that took place during the year ended 31st December 2014. These were the transactions that took place during the year ended 31st December 2014. Read on first transaction. Tata and L&T agreed to share the profit in the ratio of 3:2. If there are profits, they want to share it. They say we are not partners, but they want to still share profits. They agreed to share the profits in the ratio of 3:2. Okay. Next. Tata contributed capital 300 crores. L&T contributed capital 200 crores. Tata has contributed capital of 300 crores. L&T has contributed capital of about 200 crores. Okay, continue. Write down. Write down. Expenditure on sand, stone, concrete, granite. It's a big canal we are going to construct, no? So a lot of granites, concrete, sand, everything is required. Wait. What do you write? Purchased? Granite, sand, concrete, stone, etc. Amount 50 crores. 50 crores rupees they have spent. Payment is going to be out of what? Joint bank account. Is it clear? Next. Wages paid to workers. 100 crores. Wages paid to workers 100 crores. Next. Expenses for excavation of land, mud. Excavation, lot of sand, mud has to be removed. No, you have to dig big canals. Expenditure for excavation of land, mud, etc. 100 crores. 100 crores. How much you have spent already? 250 crores you have spent already. Next, continue. Tata supplied steel. Tata supplied steel 250 crores worth. Tata supplied steel 250 crores worth. Full stop. Tata paid transportation charges for steel 50 crores. So from their factory they have transported lot of steel to this site, and for transporting they have paid to railways about 50 crores. Okay, next. L&T supplied cement. L&T supplied cement. L&T supplied cement 150 crores. L&T supplied cement 150 crores. Cost. L&T paid salaries of engineers out of its pocket. L&T paid salaries of engineers out of its pocket. ₹50 crores. Can you tell me what is the expenditure totally now? ₹750 crores. Okay, na? You guys put them. Write down. Continue. Write down. Amount spent on diesel, petrol, power, ₹200 crores. ₹200 crores. Continue. 200 crores. Continue. Next. Write down. Amount paid to purchase machinery. Amount paid to purchase machinery 100 crores. Amount paid to purchase machinery. Lot of machinery is required now, crane, digging equipment, etc., etc. So they have paid how much? 100 crores to purchase the equipment. Continue. At the end of the contract, the equipment was taken over by L&T. At the end of the contract, the equipment was taken over by L&T at an agreed value of 60 crores. At an agreed value of how much? 60 crores. So the project is complete. L&T is saying this equipment is waste. I will take it because I am going to do a lot of such projects again and again. So I will take the equipment and I will take it for how much? 60 crores. For how much was the equipment purchased? 100 crores. But they are ready to take it for only 60 crores. Continue. Not to disappoint you, write down. Amount paid to accountants as salary 10 crores. What? Write down. Amount paid to accountants as salary 10 crores. Full stop. Okay. On completion of the project, the government released 400 crores in favor of L&T directly. ₹400 crores in favor of L&T directly. Remaining 1600 crores were received in joint bank account. Prepare joint venture account. Prepare joint venture account, joint bank account, and co-venturers account. Co-venturers account in separate set of books. So the problem is asking us to maintain certain accounts, no? Joint venture account, joint bank account, co-venturers account in what books? Separate set of books. Let us start. Joint venture account, joint bank account, Tata account, and L&T account. Where are we maintaining these books? In separate set of books maintained for the joint venture business. Joint venture account, joint bank account, Tata account, and L&T account. Now, listen to me carefully. Joint venture account is prepared to calculate profit or loss from the joint venture business. Joint bank account to maintain a record of bank transactions. Tata account to know how much amount is due to Tata or due from Tata to the business. This account is maintained to know whether amount is due to L&T or due from L&T. Is it clear? Now, when are we preparing these accounts, boss? We are preparing these accounts at the end of the joint venture transaction. At the end of the activity. There is going to be no balance sheet. We are going to settle the accounts. We are going to close the books. There is no question of reopening the accounts in the next year. Is it clear? There is going to be no balance sheet. If there is no balance sheet, there is no difference between an asset and an expenditure. Asset we call it as capital expenditure. Expenditure we call it as revenue expenditure. There is no difference between an asset and an expense because there is only one graveyard, joint venture. There is no lifeboat called as the balance sheet. whether you have an asset or whether you have an expense, everything has to be killed by transferring it to the joint venture account. There is no question of taking it forward to the next year, because next year is not there for the business. The business has limited life, completion of the transaction, that's it. Is it clear? So in this particular chapter, there is no difference between an asset and an expenditure. Either an asset or an expenditure has to jump into the joint venture account and do suicide. They have to be killed. There is no question of taking them forward. Is it clear? No difference between capital expenditure and revenue expenditure, because there is no going concern assumption. We know in future my business is going to come to an end. We don't assume my business is going to continue in the foreseeable future. We know in future my business is going to come to an end. Hence there is no difference between an expense and an asset. See, when you know that business will continue in future, asset going to give you benefit over long period of time, not correct to close the account by transferring it to graveyard. It is better to transfer it to next year by taking it to balance sheet, cut small pieces and put it in P&L account. That is what we have learned. When going concern assumption holds good. When going concern assumption is violated, no carry forward. Everything has to be killed by transferring it to the joint venture account. There is going to be no difference between an asset and an expenditure. Treatment is going to be one and the same. Okay. So why is joint venture account prepared? Graveyard. Graveyard for two types of items now. Nominal accounts and real accounts. There is no lifeline. Only personal accounts will maintain is Tata and L&T. Sir, what about creditors and debtors? Will correct everything. There is going to be no question of maintaining debtors account and carrying it forward to next year's books. Are you able to understand? Joint bank account to maintain record of bank transactions. Let's start to the accounting. Can we do? Will we be able to do? Yes. Continue. Right on. What is the first transaction? Tata and L&T agreed to share profits and loss in the ratio? No, that we cannot write now. Okay, next. Tata contributed 300 crores as capital. So now, you are the accountants. Tata gives you a check. Accountant, take a check for 300 crores. Don't deposit it in your personal account. Deposit it in the joint bank account of the business. So what is the entry you are going to write? Now we are accountants of this business. Money is coming into the joint bank account of the business. What is the entry right? Joint bank account debtor. Who gave the money? Tata. So whose account should be credited? Tata account should be credited. If you want, you can write down entries also, dictate. And similarly, L&T also contributed how much? 200 crores. So what will be the entry for that? Bank account debtor to L&T account. So write down only one entry. Write down the entry. Bank, not bank, joint bank. Joint bank account debtor 500 crores to Tata, not Tata, to Tata 300 crores. Now don't ask me, sir, how many zeros in a crore. Just write 200, 300. All numbers are in crores. Joint bank account debtor 500 crores to Tata 300 crore to L&T 200 crore. Now give posting along with me. Joint bank account to Tata 300 to L&T 200. Tata account by joint bank 300. L&T account by joint bank 200. Next. Continue.
Expenditures and so on when I complete
Expenditure on stone, sand, concrete, granite. How much? 50 crores. Now tell me, what is the entry that comes to your mind normally? You are paying 50 crores and you are purchasing raw material for your business. What is the entry you write? Purchases account debtor to joint bank. Loudly tell me, what is the entry? Okay. Now if you pass this entry, purchase account will show debit balance. How will you close it? Credit purchases, debit, graveyard, joint venture. So you have to pass two entries. Purchases account. Okay, right? Purchases account debtor to bank. Purchases account debtor to bank. 50 CR, 50 Khokha. And one more entry you have to pass. Joint venture account debtor to purchases account. This is called as closing entry. Second entry is the closing entry. Joint venture account debtor to purchases. Somewhere we have seen these entries. Consignment accounts. You remember? Similar entries we have learned there also. So purchases to bank, joint venture to purchases. Purchase, debit, credit, cancel. What is the entry that remains? Joint venture account debtor to joint bank account. Write down. Instead of two entries above, we can pass one single entry. Instead of above two entries, we can pass one single entry. What is that entry? Joint venture account debtor to joint bank. Can anybody tell me a magic formula for writing the entries? Arif, Himnesh.
All real and nominal accounts
Yes, all real and nominal accounts.
are to be placed with joint venture.
Fantastic. So, think about a normal journal entry. If you find real account, nominal account, remove them and in its place write what? Joint venture. Why, sir? Because ultimately those accounts have to again jump into the joint venture account and get close. Hence directly you can do that. Clear? Same will apply logic here also. Purchases to bank. Purchase replace with what? Joint venture. What is entry remaining? Joint venture account debtor to joint bank. That is entry that came no. Let us give posting. How much? Next. What is the next transaction? Quick. Wages paid to workers, 100 crores. Who is paying? From joint bank account we are paying wages. How much? 100 crores. Normally wages paid in check. What is the entry that strikes your mind? Wages account debtor to joint bank. Not bank. Joint bank. What is the entry right? Wages account debtor to joint bank. Again tell me the entry. What is the entry? Wages account debtor to joint bank. Wages account debtor to joint bank. Wages account debtor to joint bank. Wages. Nominal account. Replace it with what? Joint venture. So what is the entry that comes? Joint venture account debtor to joint bank. Write down that. All past two entries. Wages to joint bank. Joint venture to wages. Wages, khachak. The balance remains is joint venture account debtor to joint bank. So much comedy we have to do for you. How much? 100 crores. Did you all complete? Next transaction. Expenses for excavation of land, mud, etc. How much? We have paid to subcontractors. There are a lot of subcontractors who are doing the digging work for us for the water grid project. We have paid 100 crores to them for doing the digging work. So what is it that comes to your mind? It's an expense, no? Excavation expenses account debtor to joint bank. Change the entry and tell me what is the entry? Joint venture account debtor to joint bank. How much? Did you all complete? Next. Tata supplied steel. How much? 250 crores worth. Now, listen to me carefully. Tata is bringing raw material. Steel is raw material, no. Tata is bringing raw material. We are consuming that raw material. Is Tata donating? No. Is it a donation? No. Instead of purchasing from outsiders, we are purchasing from owner. Goods purchased from owner. What is the entry that strikes your mind? Don't think from owner's angle, think from business angle. Steel is coming in. Goods, real account coming in debit or purchase, nominal account, expense loss debit. Anything, same entry will come. Purchases account return to who gave? Tata gave. To Tata. Get me the entry again. Purchases account return to Tata. Can you change the entry and tell me what is the entry? Joint venture account debtor to Tata. Joint venture account debtor to Tata. How much? 250 crores. Can you say Tata is investing capital in form of steel? It is capital only, no worse. If you don't supply steel, you have to supply money. Then out of that money you have to purchase steel from outsiders. Clear? And for transportation, Tata paid how much? For transportation of steel, Tata has paid 50 crores. Now again imagine, transportation expense of business paid by owner. Transportation expense of business paid by owner. Transportation expense, nominal account, expense loss, debit. Who paid? Tata paid. What is the entry that strikes my mind? Transportation expense account debtor to Tata. Transportation expense account debtor to Tata. Change the entry and tell me what is the entry? Joint venture account debtor to Tata. Read on the entries also. Joint venture account debtor to Tata. How much? 50 crores. Give posting. Did you all complete it? Please tell me loudly.
Yes, sir.
Continue. Next. L&T supplied cement. How much? 150 crore worth. Now cement is again raw material for the business. We are getting raw material. Who is supplying? L&T. No, here it was started. No? So L&T. We are purchasing raw material. Who is supplying now? L&T. What is the entry you pass? Purchases account debtor to. Purchase account debtor to. L&T account. Loudly. Change the entry and tell me. Write down the entry first in your notebook. Joint venture account debtor to L&T. How much? 150 crores. Did you all complete it? Next. Next. L&T paid salaries to engineers out of its pocket. How much? Now L&T is paying salaries to engineers. Engineers are working on this project. Salary of the business paid by whom? L&T. Salaries are our expenses, business expenses. But paid by whom? L&T. What is entry you? Salary account, letter to L&T account. Next entry. So in place of salary you are going to write joint venture. Joint venture. Account, letter to L&T. Is it clear everyone? Next. Amount spent on diesel, petrol, power. How much? We are paying the money now out of joint bank account. It's not paid by L&T or Tata. The expenses are paid out of the joint bank account. How much? 200 crores we are paying for expenses. Power, electricity, diesel, consumption. Because we require a lot of power, diesel for all those tractors, the cranes, the digging equipment, etc. So they are going to drain a lot of diesel. We have spent how much? 200 crores. What is the entry we are going to pass now? Directly tell me the entry. Joint venture account letter to joint bank. And put somewhere here because my space is getting over. To joint bank. How much? 200 crores. Next. Amount paid to purchase machinery 100 crores. Normally tell me you are paying amount and machinery you are purchasing. Normally that comes to your mind. Machinery, real account coming in, debit, bank, personal account, giver of the money, credit. What is it that comes to your mind? Machinery account, letter to joint bank. Loudly. Once again. Do you have a balance sheet to put this machinery in asset side of the balance sheet? No. There is no place we can put it alive, we can keep it alive. There is only one place, graveyard. Which graveyard? Joint venture. So you have to close machinery account by transferring it to which account? Joint venture account. What is it we are going to pass? Joint venture account data to joint bank. Write down the entry first. Joint venture account debtor to joint bank. See, the correct entry is equipment account debtor to joint bank. In place of, then you have to close equipment account. You pass an entry, joint venture to equipment. Equipment debit, equipment credit cancel. The entry that remains is joint venture account debtor to joint bank. Joint venture account debtor to joint bank. How much amount? 100 crores. So I'll debit here. To joint bank. 100 crores. By joint venture. 100 crores. Next. At the end of the contract, the equipment was taken over at what value? 60 crores by whom? L&T. Now equipment is going out. Equipment is going out. Real account going out to creditor. Who is taking it? L&T. Personal account, receiver, debit. The entry that comes to my mind is L&T account at R2 joint venture. No, not like that. Not directly. L&T account at R2 equipment. Equipment account. We don't use the word equipment account. We are going to credit it to which account? Joint venture account. Right on. When equipment was taken over. L&T account at R2 joint venture account. See, look at the board. When equipment was purchased, cost was debited to joint venture account. When equipment is taken over, the sale proceed or the agreed price will be credited to the joint venture account. Is it clear? So, L&T account at R2 joint venture. How much? 60 crore. See the beauty of accounting here. Cost price debited, sale price credited, automatically profit or loss gets charged. Cost price debited, sale price credited. The difference is automatically depreciation, which is automatically got booked. 100 you debited, 60 you credited. It is equal to giving a net debit of 40, which is nothing but depreciation loss. Is it clear, everyone? Continue. Continue. Amount paid to accountants as salary. How much? 10 crore. What is the entry that comes to your mind? From where are we paying? From joint bank we are paying. Salaries account at R2 joint bank. What is the entry that comes to your mind? Salaries account at R2 joint bank. In place of salaries, joint venture. Joint venture account at R2 joint bank. I'll write somewhere here. Joint bank. How much? 10 crores. By joint venture 10 crores. Now tell me, next transaction. On completion of the project, the government released 400 crores in favor of L&T directly. So government has given a check of 400 crores to L&T directly. Maybe there is some match fixing between them. They have taken the money directly. Project is complete. That means the goods are ready. The goods have been sold to the government. Money is taken by L&T. How much? 400 crores. L&T, receiver of the money, debit. Why are they receiving money? Because goods have been sold. Sales income. You have sold goods. Sales account should be credited. Who received money? L&T. What is the entry right? L&T account at R2 sales account. What is the entry right? L&T account at R2 sales account. Or we should write government account at R2 sales. Why? Government has to pay money, no? Government account at R2 sales. Government gives money to L&T. Government giver, L&T receiver. L&T account at R2 government. Did you understand two entries? When you sell project, when you hand over to the government, you pass the entry, government account at R2 sales. Government is now paying money to L&T. L&T receiver, government giver. L&T account at government. L&T to government, government to sales, government cancel. What is the entry that remains? L&T account at R2 sales account. Should you write sales? Or should you write what? What should you write? Because ultimately sales account would have to be closed by transferring it to credit side of joint venture account. So what is the entry we are going to pass? L&T account at R2 joint venture. How much? Income is credited to joint venture account and debited to the debtor. Who is the debtor? L&T. Next. Remaining 1600 crores were received in what? Were received in joint bank account. Remaining 1600 crores were received in joint bank account. Now we are receiving money in the joint bank account. For what? Sales income, no. It's our sales income. Sales income coming in the form of cash, not cash check. What is it that comes to your mind? Joint bank account at R2 sales account. When you sell goods for check, what is it you write? Bank account R2 sales. So here the money is coming to joint bank account. What is it that comes to your mind? Joint bank account at R2 sales. Once again. Loudly. Once again. In place of sales. Write down the entry. Joint bank account at R2 joint venture. Joint bank account at R2 joint venture. Joint bank account give a debit to joint venture. How much? 1600. Here by joint bank 1600. Everyone, is it clear? Tell me, is it clear? Everyone. Now we have to calculate profit or loss on joint venture because all the transactions are complete. Now calculate profit or loss joint venture. This is credit side, debit side. Find the difference. Total credit side 2060. Find the difference. How much is left? Thousand crores profit. Oh, huge profit they got. 1000 profit they got. Balancing figure. This has to be shared between Tata and L&T. Now tell me, what is the entry you have learned to transfer profit from P&L account to partners capital account? P&L account at R2 partners capital account. That is what we have learned, no? Not P&L account. P&L appropriation account at R2 partners capital account. That was the entry we have learned. Yes or no? P&L appropriation account at R2 partners capital account is the entry we have learned. So now we don't use P&L appropriation account. We are going to use joint venture account. Write down the entry. Joint venture account at R2 profit and loss appropriation account. Sorry, joint venture account R2 Tata account to L&T account. Joint venture account at R2 Tata to L&T. How much? 600, 400. Tata account give a credit by joint venture 600, by joint venture 400. Joint venture account are to Tata, joint venture account are to L&T. Joint venture account are to Tata to L&T. Sharing of profits, Tata account and L&T account are credited. Now we have to close the accounts. Joint venture account is closed. Now we have to settle the capital accounts of the partners. Look at the board, everyone. Tata provided capital 300 crores. Tata provided steel 250, capital contribution. Tata paid expense of the business 50, capital contribution. Tata is entitled to profit of how much? 600 crores. So all these amounts you have to now pay to Tata in the form of a check. So how much you have to pay to Tata now? Just check. 3 plus 6, 9 plus 3, 1200 crores you have to give. So you have to write a check now. You have to write a check to Tata in favor of Tata. How much amount? 1200 crores. Now you are issuing a check to Tata. Check issued to Tata. What is the entry? Loudly. Tata account at R2. Very good. Tata account debit. To joint bank 1200. Joint bank account is credited by Tata 1200. खेल खत्म. Tata account closed. Whatever he had to collect, he has already collected. L&T check. L&T. Look at the board, L&T. Look at the board, everyone. Capital contributed. Cement contributed, which is capital contribution. Expenditure paid, capital contribution. Share in profit, capital only. But he has drawn some amounts, no? You have already done some drawing. Remaining amount you have to pay to him. How much you have to pay?
40.
How much? 248. 800 minus 460. You have to give him 340 crores. Now issue a check to him. Issue a check to him. What is entry right? L&T account at R2 joint bank. L&T account or to joint bank 340 crores. Has the account tallied? Now bank account, whatever is left you enjoy. Owners have gone away from the business now. Nobody is there to control you. Accountants enjoy whatever is there in the bank account.
Only have 10.
Do you have anything left in the bank account? Tally? कुछ भी बचे तो मस्ती कर लो. Are you left with even a single rupia? Nothing is left. Close books of account, go home. Joint bank account will tally. Tally? Over. Is it complete, everyone? Please tell me. Okay, problem. Hello, next. Take our textbooks. We'll quickly do a problem from the textbook. Now, can you revise the entries once before we go to problems? Tell me. This method of accounting is called as separate set of books method. What is the method called as? Okay, let us learn the entries. And separate set of books, we compulsorily have what account? Joint bank account. Tell me the entries. Co-venturer brings capital contribution. What is the entry you are going to write? Joint bank account at R2, co-venturers account. What is the entry we are going to write? Amount is spent for material. What is the entry you are going to write? Joint venture account at R2, joint bank. Amount is spent for wages. What is the entry you are going to write? Joint venture account at R2, joint bank. Amount is spent for expenses, rent, telephone, stationery, something, etc. etc. Joint venture account at R2, joint bank. Co-venturer supplies material. Joint venture account at R2, joint bank. Joint bank or co-venturer? Ah, very good. Who is paying? Co-venturer is paying. Expenses of business paid by co-venturer. Joint venture account at R2, co-venturer. Clear? Asset purchased for joint venture business. Joint venture account at R2, joint bank. Asset for the business supplied by co-venturer. Fantastic. Pravalika gave an answer today. Joint venture account at R2. Give her a clap. So I was waiting for this moment for so long. What is it we are going to write, Pravalika? Joint venture account at R2, co-venturer account. Is it clear? The language is never a barrier. Language is never a barrier. Okay, if you really put your 100% effort, you can overcome language barriers also. So what is the entry you are going to pass? Joint venture account at R2, co-venturer account. Okay. Now, equipment taken away by co-venturer. Co-venturer account at R2, joint venture. What is the entry? Co-venturer account at R2, joint venture. Sales taken away by co-venturer. Sales of business taken away by co-venturer. Co-venturer account at R2, joint venture. Goods sold, money received in joint bank account. Joint bank account at R2, joint venture account. Clear? Entry for sharing profit. Joint venture account at R2, joint venture account at R2, co-venturers account. In what? Profit sharing ratio. Ultimately, when you give a check to the co-venturer to settle his account, what is the entry you pass? Co-venturer account at R2, joint bank. What is the entry you write? Account should get closed. Take out a textbook, we'll do a problem. Right. Page number 7.38 of your study material. Problem number 1. B and C enter into a joint venture to prepare a film for the government. So they are going to prepare a documentary film for the government. The government agrees to pay rupees 1 lakh. Go. B contributes rupees 10,000 and C contributes 15,000. B has counted how much? 10,000. C contributes 15,000. Let us start. Joint venture account, joint bank account, B account, C account, please open. You will open joint venture account, joint bank account, B account and C account. Is singing sound? Will you sing a song for us at the end of the class? Right off. B and C enter into a joint venture to prepare a film for the government. The government agrees to pay rupees 1 lakh. B contributes 10,000, C contributes 15,000. Now B is bringing 10,000, C is bringing 15,000. What is the entry we are going to pass? Joint bank account at R2, B account, joint bank account R2, C account. So go to joint bank account, write 2B. Go to joint bank account, write 2B 10,000. Write 2C 15,000. Go to B account, write by joint venture, not by joint venture, by joint bank. B account, write by joint bank 10,000. C account, write by joint bank 15,000. Joint bank account is debited, B account and C account is credited. These amounts are paid into joint bank account. Yes, we have already paid the amount into joint bank account. Paid into means deposited. Payments made out of the joint bank were follows. Purchase of equipment. We have purchase of equipment. Hire of equipment. Hire means rent. Wages 45,000. Material 10,000. Office expenses 5,000. My question is, in joint venture, is there a difference between asset and an expense?
No.
So entry will be one and the same. Total all those amounts. For purchase of equipment, rent of equipment, wages, material, office expenses, everything will be same entry. Total 70. Paid out of joint bank. What is entry, right? Joint venture account debtor to joint bank. Joint venture account debtor to joint bank. Joint venture account will be debited to joint bank. How much? 71,000. Joint bank account will be credited by joint venture. Clear everyone? Next. B paid 2,000 as licensing fees. Licensing fees, expense of the business. Who is paying? B is paying. What is entry that comes to my mind? Licensing expenses account debtor to B. Licensing expenses account debtor to B. Loudly. So entry is joint venture account debtor to B account. Joint venture account will give a debit to B. 2000 రెండు వేలు 2000 दो शून्य शून्य शून्य. Did you debit joint venture account with 2000? Credit B account also. Don't forget. B account give a credit by joint venture 2000. On completion, the film was found defective and the government made a deduction of 10,000. First of all, government wants to pay 1 lakh. Your film was defective. So government says will not pay you 1 lakh, will pay you 10,000 less. So they are going to pay us how much? 90,000. Now, government is giving us a check, 90,000. We are giving away the film to him. What is it that comes to my mind? Joint bank account debtor to sales. In place of sales, joint venture. So what is it that comes to my mind? Joint bank account debtor to joint venture. Joint account debit to joint venture. 90,000. Don't write 1 lakh. 90,000 only. Joint bank account debtor to joint venture. 90,000. Joint venture account give a credit by joint bank. By joint bank. 90,000. Next. The equipment was taken over by C at a valuation of 2,000. Now, equipment is going out. C is taking it for a valuation of how much? 2,000. Equipment going out. C receiver entry. C account debtor to equipment account. C account debtor to joint venture. C account or to joint venture. Give a debit in C account. C account is right to joint venture. C account debtor to joint venture. C account debtor to joint venture. C account debtor to joint venture. How much? 2,000, no? C account debit, joint venture account credit. C account will write to joint venture. Joint venture account will give credit by C. Over entries. Now calculate profit or loss. How much? 19,000 profit. It has to be shared among B and C. See the last paragraph. They have agreed to share the profit in the ratio of 2/5 and 3/5. 2:3 ratio. Calculate B share and C share. 7,600 and 11,400. What is your doubt now? You all got 19,000? Did you get or not? Tell me the debits. 71,000, 2,000. That's it. Credits 90,000 and 2,000. Now share the profit. 7,600 and 11,400. What is entry you write? Joint venture account debtor to B account to C account. Joint venture account will be debited. To B 7,600. To C 11,400. To B 7,600. To C 11,400. B account give a credit by joint venture 7,600. C account by joint venture 11,400. Did you all complete? Now tell me how much you have to pay to B. What is the balance in his B account?
19,600.
What is the balance in B's account? 19,600. Issue a check to him. What is the entry you write when you issue a check to B? B account debtor to joint bank. B account debtor to joint bank. Check issue करना है यार उसको. B account debtor to joint bank. How much? 19,600. Joint bank account give a credit. Joint bank account give a credit by B. Did you all complete, everyone? How much you have to give to C now? 24,400. What is the entry you write? C account debtor to joint bank. 24,400. Bank account, is it getting closed? Okay, for 5 minutes we'll discuss about valuation of inventory, accounting standard 2 requirement. Okay, accounting standard 2 requires inventory to be valued at cost or NRV, whichever is lower. So accounting standard issued by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India describes a rule. It says when you have closing stock and when you want to show that closing stock in your trading account and in your balance sheet, you have to show it at cost or NRV, whichever is lower. What is my cost? The amount which I have spent out of my pocket to acquire that stock. To buy that stock, whatever I have spent is called as cost. Or NRV, whichever is lower. What is NRV? The amount which I will get if I dispose this stock today on balance sheet date. On balance sheet date, if I dispose the stock, the amount which I am expected to realize is called as NRV. The standard says compare cost or NRV, whichever is lower. At that value, you should show closing stock. I'll give an example. Closing stock, cost price 1 lakh. What does that mean? I have spent 1 lakh rupees to acquire that stock. But net realizable value is only 90,000. That means if I dispose stock, I am expecting to get only 90,000. Am I expected to get a loss? Yes. Cost is 1. Expected is only 90,000. We are going to get a loss of 10,000. We have to reduce the value of inventory by 10,000. We will recognize stock at 90,000 because it is lower. And when you do so, the profit will automatically reduce. Just imagine, closing stock if I increase, profit will increase. Closing stock if I reduce, profit will reduce. Okay. Suppose cost is 1 lakh, NRV is 1,20,000. What is the rule? Cost or NRV, whichever is lower. So now what is lower? 1 lakh. Now I have to show only 1 lakh. Now imagine, cost 1 lakh. If I dispose, I am going to get 1,20,000. Expected profit. Can I recognize expected profits? Conservatism, what does it say? Expected losses, expected liabilities, immediately record. Expected profits, you should never record. So we should not record expected profits. Hence we will value closing stock at the cost. How much? 1 lakh rupees. Now what is cost? The standard talks about cost. For a manufacturing concern, if you are manufacturing goods, cost would mean raw material cost and conversion cost. Cost means what? Raw material cost and conversion cost. What is by raw material cost? Amount paid to purchase raw material. What is by conversion cost? Amount spent to convert raw material into finished goods. Labor expenses, factory expenses, depreciation, etc., which are incurred to convert raw material into finished goods. So cost for a manufacturing concern means raw material cost and the conversion cost. For a trading concern, we buy goods, we sell goods. Cost means purchase cost. Cost means what cost? Purchase cost. Okay, what do you mean by NRV then? Net realizable value. There is a formula to calculate NRV. Net realizable value means estimated selling price minus estimated cost of completion minus estimated cost of making the sale. What is the formula? Estimated selling price minus estimated cost of completion minus estimated cost of making the sale. You will get NRV. Okay. In detail we will discuss in tomorrow's class. Is it clear? So tomorrow we will try to finish the second method also, and we will try to go to the third method also in joint venture accounts. Maximum tomorrow most of joint venture will be over. If there is anything left, half an hour next class we will have. Then we will go to the last big chapter, depreciation. Okay. Small topics are there, I will discuss, don't worry.